Any one of you tried working remote, maybe traveling to another country just for work purpose and not to really like travel, sightsee and vacation? So this is what I'm trying out as a new form of content. I'm trying to work remote in some different parts of the city, different parts of the country, and my first destination is gonna be Chiang Mai. In fact, when I booked this trip, it was around 1 month before this flight, so it's considered quite spontaneous to me. So the purpose of this trip is to really share about some flights, hotels, travel tips, and maybe working remote. What can you expect? Maybe some parts of the local life and living as well. Because I'm not the travel vlogger, you see, but I try to like incorporate my life in this kind of work remote style. And we all heard that Chiang Mai is like a digital nomad hub. So I also want to explore and see how is it really like on the ground. Also, if you're interested in joining us, over 21,000 members on Telegram, and go and join the Honey Money SG Telegram to find like-minded individuals in building their personal finance. And if you're wondering where I am now, this is the Mahaba Lounge in Changi Airport Terminal 1. But I'll cover more on this later. Firstly, I want to cover about flights. Because if you've really followed the Honey Money SG way, you cannot just book flights off the website like this. There are some tactics and tricks if you want to, save more on your flight, earn more savings, earn more miles. And you see, I booked this flight via Traveloka. But before I click Traveloka, I click through HeyMax to earn some additional max miles. It's not a lot, but all these max miles add up. And the good thing about using OTA online travel agents like Traveloka is that they can compare for you which flights are more discounted and which flight route may be more suitable. And on top of that, they will have some flight coupon discounts from time to time. And I could even mix different airlines together. For example, my outbound flight from Singapore to Chiang Mai is from Scoot. So for Scoot, I did not buy any baggage. It's just a 10 kg carry-on. But on my return inbound flight, I'm taking from Chiang Mai to Kuala Lumpur to Singapore. So there is a transit flight in between. And the reason I chose this transit flight is because I was not rushing for time. I don't need a direct route. I could fly to Kuala Lumpur, and that is on Malaysian Airlines. And that means free check-in baggage included, free meals included. And also there's a 2.5 hours layover, which means I could go and explore lounges in KLIA. So to me, that's a content opportunity. But it really depends on what kind of job you're trying to do. If you're not really trying to film content, then I think it's better to take the fastest route. All in total, I paid $506 to Traveloka for 2 packs, Singapore to Chiang Mai, and then Chiang Mai to Kuala Lumpur to Singapore. This is after a discount with Citi card. So on and off, there are discounts with different credit cards. And for Citi, I use my Citi Premium Miles card because this is the only card that can earn you miles for travel bookings. Citi Rewards does not earn you 4 miles per dollar on travel bookings. Now, since I'm still at Terminal 1, I talk a bit about my lounge strategy outbound from Singapore. So I'm flying out from Terminal 1, which means that I will mostly utilize lounges or the restaurants within Terminal 1. So for T1, my first strategy was firstly, go to Crystal Jade restaurant. This is on the air side. So after immigration, head to the right side direction and head up to level 3. So that's where Mahaba Lounge is, and Crystal Jade will be opposite Mahaba Lounge. And the reason I chose restaurant this time before the lounge is because I had unlimited priority pass from my Amex Platinum charge card. But the problem with Amex Platinum priority pass is that you cannot use their priority pass for restaurants, at least within Singapore Changi Airport. So I had to use my UOB Privy Miles, which comes with 4 complimentary priority pass visits for each individual user, and use it to enter Crystal Jade restaurant on their set menu. So restaurants work quite differently from lounge because lounge is usually a buffet. But restaurant usually they come in set meals or they give you like a fixed number of credits to use. And for Crystal Jade, they offer set meals. So you just choose from the selection that they allow you to choose. And this is my selection of the set lunch. So after the Crystal Jade lunch, I then head over to Mahaba Lounge, which is just opposite the restaurant for convenience. And the fact is, this is the first time I at Mahaba Lounge T1, and it's really quiet, like very different from Sets Lounge because Sets Lounge is just full of people, and maybe Mahaba Lounge is not that popular. So I will highly recommend this place if you want serenity and just want to film videos in a quiet environment without kids running around. Highly recommend Mahaba T1. Of course, the food options are much lesser, so that is where you have to place your expectations right. So flights, hotels, and lounges is all part of pre-travel planning, which is what I really like to do. I like to spend time to research and read other people's review so that, I could spend my time and utilize my time to the maximum or optimum. I don't want to go to the wrong lounge and then regret. And overall, I think it makes the whole holiday, vacation, or work trip smoother so that you can have less unexpected experiences. I also fully understand that some of you may treat this like a guide. because you haven't done your research. You want to see how other people do it in video form. And that may be like a first person point of view for your experience that is upcoming. So this is my new niche that I'm building on YouTube. Other than just financial independence, I try to build like a lifestyle freedom. But because I'm not a travel content creator, I won't go too in-depth into like sightseeing, vacation stuff. All right. I want to be more of the finance creator with lifestyle freedom and some travel tips and hacks to just enhance your whole holiday and travel and whatever you're doing overseas on a reasonable budget that you don't have to spend too much money on. Let's talk about accommodations, which is my hotel stay right now. I booked a 4-night stay in Mercure, Chiang Mai, and I booked it after clicking through HeyMax. And the reason why I like to book Accor hotels nowadays is that other than they have Accor Plus, where I get one free night, but I did not utilize it. The other thing is that I got some status upgrades, like I'm now Accor Go. Not that it's of anything special, but the main benefit is that now you can use HeyMax Miles to redeem, okay, and offset your Accor hotel stays. And for your information, 4-night stay in this Mercure Chiang Mai costs around 4,560 Thai baht, which is around 180 Singapore dollars. Okay, this is after all the fees, and this includes bed and breakfast. So if you exclude the breakfast, I think it's slightly cheaper, but we opted for breakfast. Okay, so that's 4 nights with breakfast, and that is around 180 Sing. And you see, if you use Max Miles to redeem it, you can actually redeem it 3 cents per Max Mile. So that means for 180 Singapore dollars stay, it will cost around 6,000 Max Miles, which is much better than any Fly Anywhere redemption at 1.8 cents per Max Mile. But here is the thing I forgot to mention, because if you want to redeem Max Miles for a Core Plus hotel stay, you will need at least 10,000 Max Miles. So that is my mistake. I cannot just redeem 6,000. I only discover it when I try to redeem my 6,000 Max Miles, but not possible. You need at least 10,000, which means your hotel stay must be at least $300. Okay, so if you want to stay at lower budget, cheaper hotels, or even in Chiang Mai, Mercure, okay, no go. Okay, not enough. Need to hit minimum 300 Singapore dollars. Okay, because they follow the exchange rate of the euro. So don't make the same mistake as me. If you want to redeem, make sure it's at least 10,000 Max Miles to be worth your while. And that's my lesson learned. So this is why I don't use Max Miles for Fly Anywhere redemptions anymore. I try to redeem it either for hotel stays via a call, or I could just transfer it to any airline partner that is listed on HeyMax. I think those are much more useful cases compared to Fly Anywhere at 1.8 cents. And this makes my Max Miles redemption much higher than 1.8, and I value them higher right now. Also, why I don't prefer budget hotels now is that for a healthy lifestyle, if you want a pool or gym, then it's better to stay at all these international chain hotels. Like this hotel, they have an outdoor pool, and the pool is quite deep. I think the deepest end was 2.1 meters, but they do not have a gym. So if you're a gym bro, don't come to this hotel. But if you're okay with a deeper pool with no family and kids, yeah, then this hotel will be very suitable. 2.1 meters deep pool. So for this Chiang Mai trip, like I said, it's a workation. So it's not travel and vacation focused. So most of the time, other than weekends, I'm working in the hotel. And right now, I'm working by filming in the hotel lobby. And this is what I like, a change of environment in air condition. Okay, because always stay at home or always go outdoors like my void deck or garden, a bit boring. I need a change of environment. And this change of environment maybe will spark new ideas for creativity, for growth. So in another video, I also talk about how if you can work remote, you can actually change your environment. You work during the day in your hotel, in a co-working space, especially when Chiang Mai is very popular with digital nomads. Then at night, okay, when you end work, you can go and explore new places outside of your local, right? Singapore always eat the same thing, the same kopitiam, the same hawker center, the same restaurant. Outside in Chiang Mai, you can go night market, you can go to small restaurants, you can even go to higher end restaurants that would not burst your wallet budget. And the good thing about staying in international chain hotels is that they have nicer lobbies like this. Then I can film from here for free. I don't need to buy a drink, go to a cafe, no. And also I'm a staying guest here, so I'm not like abusing my authority or what as a public nuisance, okay? Hopefully. But overall, I really enjoyed the vibe of Chiang Mai. It is much calmer than Bangkok, much quieter, there's less traffic, there's less noise, and much less rah-rah touristy stuff. I think it is a more serious part of the city, which you may really like because it's quite similar to Singapore in the sense where everything is rather proper. But at the same time, it does not have Singapore's fast pace of living. So that may be something preferable to you if you just like a different pace of life. And the cafe culture here is so widespread. Like every street, every lane, every road, every section there will be a cafe. And it's not like those very rundown coffee shop, you know. It's actually very well renovated. Just that because I'm mostly working from hotel, I didn't get a chance to go and explore. But I think if you have the chance and you like visiting cafes outside, unlike me, then you can go and explore. I think there are a lot of nice cafes around in Chiang Mai. And it's like more than 80% of the F&B business is in cafe. So I can really see why is this a digital nomad hub. Like there are so many opportunities, so much supply of space and people to explore creative ideas. In fact, I see more foreigners, and especially from the western side, from Europe, from America or South America, coming here to really either settle down to work or to meet like-minded people to build a new business. So overall, my workation remote working trip to Chiang Mai, I feel that Chiang Mai offers a really quiet pace of life. Unlike Bangkok, it's very alive, very noisy, very hype, and that kind of stuff. But born with heavy traffic. So if you really like this kind of slower pace, much more relaxed, much more proper style, I think Chiang Mai is a better fit. And the prices are rather affordable as well, just that the flight tickets to Chiang Mai are not as cheap as Bangkok. But the accommodation is much cheaper than Bangkok for sure. So like I said, there's no perfect city. There is always pros and cons. So you go and discover what you like. Maybe you would prefer Bangkok, maybe you prefer JB. But I think Chiang Mai is a good competitor. So you come and try the life here first, see whether you want to, come here for a workation, just for a week, try out how things are like, whether the food is to your liking, then yeah, then maybe you can try to settle as a digital nomad. Which comes back to my new style of video, right? I'm practicing lifestyle freedom after financial independence. So FILF, financial independence, lifestyle freedom. So I'm going to try explore new cities as I discover what is the working style or environment suitable for myself, and maybe that can help you discover for yourself as well. Just to be clear, this video has no sponsor, but if you want to support the channel, you can either click on this interactive broadcast link or scan the IBQR code, which will pay a small commission every time you click. Alright, so help this channel out. If it provided value to you, thank you very much. And if you're interested in more fire content or lifestyle freedom content, then I can refer you to my previous video right here.